Our next guest is going to be weighing in on the 2024 election and the key issues, including jobs, taxes, and more. I want to bring in New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy. Governor, it's nice to see you this morning. We are less than a week out, and I'm curious, given that I'm sure you talk to folks inside at least the Harris campaign. I don't know what other campaigns you might be talking to, but how you see the race as it stands right now, what polls you believe, what polls you don't believe, what you think about the betting market. Where do you think we really are?
Good to be back, first of all. Secondly, it's on the knife's edge. There's no other way to put it. I mean, you could pick your poll, but this is going to come down to 7 or 8 states, and it feels 50-50 to me. It's a stark comparison as to what each of these candidates stand for. I am a huge Kamala Harris fan and supporter, but that doesn't mean that this isn't close, and we're going to have to see this play through Election Day and perhaps beyond.
Well, I'm curious why you think it's 50-50. We talk oftentimes about the polls, which seem to, I mean, there's the rate of error, but they do look like they are in former President Trump's favor at the moment. And then you look at the betting markets, and even more so.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the betting market because I assume that there are folks in there who can somehow express themselves that's perhaps different than what the polls suggest. Listen, whether we like it or not, this thing is a jump ball. And my plea with folks who want to see the America that we all know and love is don't focus on why this is so close or how frustrated you are because it's so close. Get out there and vote. We've had record early in person, record vote by mail returns right now in New Jersey. Let's see that printed across America. Folks got to get out there, make their voice heard, and vote for the future of America that we all believe in.
Governor, as a supporter that you are for Vice President Kamala Harris, my question to you is, I think there's a question mark out there in the public right now, is how much do you think the Democrats are voting for her or they're voting against Trump? And maybe the question also relates to, does it matter?
Yeah, I think it does matter, and I think it's both. I think you've got a lot of folks out there who, including moderate Republicans, who look at this very stark, authoritarian blueprint that Donald Trump is portraying and say, you know what, that's not me. I don't want to be a part of that. And at the same time, I think you see an uplifting, this is what America has always been story in the Harris-Walz campaign that people are attracted to. Does it matter? I guess every vote is every vote, right? So winning is the name of the game here, but I think it's a mix of both.
So, Governor, if we went on a checklist, you like all the things that you like Kamala Harris, not just against. So let me ask you, do you believe we should abolish the filibuster? And you can answer after I do it. How about getting rid of private insurance? How about taxing unrealized gains? How about nationalizing energy? How about mandatory gun buybacks like Australia? How about decriminalizing illegal crossings, ending cash bail, child gender reassignment surgery being paid for in prison? I mean, what are your, raising the corporate tax rate, what are your favorite proposals from Kamala Harris that make you like her so much? Which of
Joe,
those
for a Jersey guy, you sound like you're on the Trump campaign, for crying out loud. Come on, man.
Okay, well, which of those
you're
do you like?
cherry-picking stuff.
Which of those do you like? Which of those do you like? Which of those are you in? Are you in favor of ending the filibuster? We'll go one by one.
Yeah.
Are you?
It is. I'm not sure on the filibuster, honestly, but I think getting fair tax. So you're not going to talk about any specifics
of what's that?
I said I think fair tax policy is sensible.
What does that mean, fair? What does that mean, fair?
Fair means you pay what you should pay.
Well, you know I live in your state, Governor. Do you think if I pay 55% total, is that fair for me, or do I need to pay 80%? What would be fair for you? Because I live in your state.
I know, Joe, I said that up front. Believe me, I know you do. But you sound like you're on the Trump campaign.
No,
I don't know what the right number is, but
go ahead, Andrew.
Well, no, I was going to say what I think is
what is
potentially unfair. I think that there's a number of things. There are a number of issues that were embedded in those questions of the governor just now.
He didn't answer a single one about what he's in favor of.
Well, but I think there were a number of those things that she's not in favor of. And that's
Joe,
the
hold
point.
on a second.
She's on the record on every one of these things.
Governor?
Andrew.
Many years ago.
Governor?
Guys, hold on a second. We passed a millionaire's tax 5 years ago. Everybody, Joe, including you, said it would drive people out of New Jersey. We have more millionaires today than we've ever had in our history. So tax fairness isn't necessarily a bad thing.
We have a very progressive tax system. Do you think we have a progressive tax system in the United States? Do you think it's not progressive enough, or are you talking about billionaires? I'm not sure because you know how much the 1% does pay the lion's share of taxes, of federal taxes. So what does fair mean?
Color me open-minded. How's that?
I'm sorry?
I'm open-minded. I've obviously voted with my feet. We have a millionaire's tax in New Jersey.
Would you tax unrealized gains?
We're not a low-cost state to live in, but we give you an enormous amount back for what you pay.
Are you in favor of taxing unrealized gains?
But she has not made that argument.
She's made the argument. She says she doesn't want to. Go ahead, Governor.
No, I'm saying I'm not wild about on unrealized gains. But I'm
what are you wild
open-minded.
about? What are you wild about? Not Trump?
Here's what I'm wild about. I'm wild about a democracy that works. I'm wild about the rich history of our country continuing for the future. I'm wild about opponents having a voice and having a seat at the table, as opposed to being thrown in jail or hunted down by our military. That's what I'm wild about.